Hello everyone, today we are back again on a Tuesday night, ready for Formula 2, round 6 around Silverstone today. The boys will be happy that it is currently dry. Just about to start, a lot more people in today. And we are away. We'll watch Hypes. Just get all the. Oh, and Hypes is invalidated. That's a good start. We'll watch whoever's P1. Everyone's starting on mediums, of course. So there's a few that say had quali bands, but I thought those quali bands were for Formula 1ABEEZ, but I'm not too sure on that one. Just about to ask the steward now and decide. But currently Watson is still in P1. Coming round the last corner now. Will he put this P1? Ooh, a little bit squirrely. Rambo goes P1. It's very, very close at the top. Rambo's currently P1, the last person to land is Hypes, everyone else is disqualified. Right, there we go. So, first person for, well, actually it's a reverse grid, isn't it? So, we'll advanced. But anyway, Rambo goes P1 with a 139.100. OG plays a 139.161. Watson a 139.3. Sammy a 139.6. Liam a 141. And Bolty a 143. So there we go. Only 6 laps managed to. Yeah. So only 6 people managed to set a lap there. Must have been track limits maybe or something. Right, and here we go. Coming into the first sprint now. It of course is the formation lap now. For some reason all of that seems to just a couple of disqualified, but it's only a formation lap, isn't it? To be honest, I might put a poll out. And maybe get rid of the formation lap, but all depends what the drivers want to do. It's one of those where some people like it and some people don't. It's just one of those things. What I will say is I might have to have a little look at disqualification. Maybe set a rule for disqualifications if they are on purpose. Of course, maybe some has to be done about that, but I think it was all probably the same corner because they all seem to get disqualified at the same time. They're coming around Cop's corner now. Is Watson 96. Rambo ran a little bit wide there. You have to watch that in the race. Of course, Silverstone is a much nicer lap to go around in terms of keeping it on the track compared to Baku last week. Baku was, of course, if you go off track, you come straight back onto it after colliding with a wall. So Silverstone will be a lot easier. Oh dear, as I say that. Never mind, it's only a formation lap. That's the trouble with formation laps. People worry about passing the car in front, but realistically you don't actually have to worry about that. Max Holden is supposedly P1, so I don't know what he's doing there. I don't know whether he just forgot to Travis Cool is starting in P13. He's last on the grid though. Well, he's currently last in the order, but he will soon. Oh, there you go. Look, a Red Bull looking livery. With a Uralki sponsor, but of course they have lost their sponsorship with Haas now due to what's going on in Russia. But anyway, yeah, there is his teammate, I believe. Yeah, next to him. Right, so this is going to be the first sprint of today. Oh, there we go. We're back. And it's 5 red lights, and away we go. No one seems to jump start, which is always very good, but someone is off. Oh, and there's more crashing. Oh dear me. Don't know what's happened there. Matty is out of the clear in the clear for now as they come round now, and there's a safety car. Oh dear me. Some penalties there. I don't know if that is for track limits. 5 seconds, so we'll have to have a look quickly in the race directory for what they are for. Okay, so Rambo got a collision. Sorry, Rambo had a severe collision with Matty, and H1R52T0O had a severe collision with Rambo. So clearly that was an after effect to whatever happened with Matty and Rambo. But safety car around Silverstone. Thought it would be a bit better today, but yeah, I don't know quite what happened, so I can't really say an awful lot. But don't know what happened there either. But we have scale on currently after the safety car. Safety car will be joined at the end of sector 1. Otherwise we'll find the safety car. As you see, AGP's come into the pit lane. We now see the Aston Martin safety car in front of Scalesy here. as he's falling behind just a little bit. As you see, OG and Kevin and Hypes have all pitted for hards, I believe. Yep. Everyone else was on mediums, but sorry, they picked for new hards. I guess they must have been on mediums. So yes. Hypes now trying to catch up with the rest of the field. Scales is still keeping the pace. Just check my stream. I probably should have done that earlier, but never mind. Yep, we're all good. I get an advert though, of course. Now, Glowbox, of course, is pitting now. I guess he wants to put the mediums on, maybe. OG2ABEEZ is back in the pit lane as well. Don't know if he's coming in with Glowbox, but there is now a double stack going on. Oh. Legit. They weren't ready for him. Well, they probably was, but they didn't expect two drivers to come in at once. So that is not good. The Glowbox now coming out of pit exit. OG2ABEEZ is just leaving now. Hopefully the boys in blue can catch up with the rest of the field and the safety car can come in this lap, but I'm not too sure if that's going to happen just yet. Which means this sprint could it could end up going round for another lap under the safety car. So apparently, Frosty and QWERTY, Frosty was told that he had to pass QWERTY because he wasn't fast enough or something along those lines. Frosty went past, got in front of him, and then the game slowed Frosty down for some reason, saying that he wasn't allowed to pass, and therefore QWERTY went into the back of him. So yes, a couple of boys pitting now. Of course, no pit stop is required during Sprint 1, so they must just be doing this for some better racing tyres, but then they're all going on to hards, which is interesting. Oh no, sorry, Sammy, Kieran and OG2ABEEZ are all on mediums now, so they're on mediums. So Bolty in P11 is the only one that hasn't pitted, of course. The Cherry Racing. F2 car. As we see now, this should, in theory, everyone's pitted again, so we might have to wait a bit longer. Hypes, sorry, it's not Hypes, it's OG2ABEEZ. It's just made a third stop. Don't know why he's pitted so many times. Maybe he keeps getting damaged or something like that. And it's back underway again after the safety car. Sorry, I am a bit far behind. Oof, yes, the back ends are stepping out today here at Silverstone. As we have a yellow in sector 1, briefly. I think it's Watson. Is it Watson? No, it's not Watson. They're all okay at the minute. A lot of movement up front. 4 wide is it going to be? 2 wide currently. And they go round in towards Village. Oh, and Rambo's ran wide onto the grass. Oh, now comes back on track and takes out Bolty. That is not good. Oh dear me, it's all a bit chaotic once again. So Matty now tries to catch up with P7, who is I always struggle with the name F2ABEEZ. I'm going to go with that. Matty is still gaining on him ever so slightly. Hot DJ Hero is side by side with Jack. Still just can't get past. Is he going to dive bomb this corner? It looks like he will. Here he comes. Hot DJ Hero. And he's done it. Oh, no he hasn't. He had to back out for the grip. And Jack is still in front. Almost coming together there. A little tap there as well from DJ, missed the braking point slightly, but he didn't get any lasting damage, I don't think. As I see Max Holzen set the next lap. As Kieran has gone off, has he? No, he hasn't. He might have had a little spin, but he's okay. As Bolty and Globe Box come back into the pits again after some damage on that lap. As we see a 3-second penalty to oh dear, and he's come back on track there and taken someone. Matty. And now Rambo's spot off as well. Oh dear me. F2ABEEZ gives him a bump as well. Hopes is up 11 places after this. Kevin is up 9. Bolty is down 11. Kevin is still all over the back of Hypes. Can he keep up with Hypes? Max Holzen in P1 is absolutely flying. That is, I believe, oh, I can't remember his Discord name now. That's annoying. Cuff will get a 3-second penalty. I believe that's in the same places. There, as you see Travis come through, Maggots and Beckett's. You see it. An interesting move here on OG Play. Tries to go round the outside, doesn't get it to happen. He will now get slipstream and oh dear. Travis has hit the barrier there. I do not know what happened between him and whoever was in front. Usually plays all over the place. He's had to come into the pits, so F2 gets the move, obviously, because OG comes into the pits. We now see Kevin trying to still keep up the Hypes as best as he can. DRS has now been enabled after 2 laps after the safety car. pretty steady around the corners. You will now get DRS on pipes coming into the DRS zone. Here he comes. Max has slowed down. It's a safety car. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Where is that been from? I think it might be Bolty. Yes, I think it was. Max Holzer has had an easy stint today out in P1. No one is around him. Just gonna have a little look at something a minute while the safety car is going round. So the safety car is still out, as we see. Sorry about that. We will, hopefully get one lap of racing in this sprint race. Sorry, that's me messing around with my steering wheel as I'm talking, and that's why you saw a right side view of the Campos racing car that Max is driving today. Everyone has caught up, so we might get one lap of racing. Hopefully nothing too chaotic happens in the back of the field here. Hopefully, are we underway? Yes, we are underway once more. I am very, very confused. As we see Watson and Matty go side by side here. The room is left. Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, sounded odd in my head. Oh, the room's a bit tight now. They're side by side still. Very, very close indeed. Hero gets past Ram. Sorry, is it? Yes, it is. Hero gets past Rambo inside a Cops. It's always a dangerous move. Rambo runs a little bit wide, and so does Kieran. And now Hurstu's going to try it into Beckett's. Ooh, and Rambo has to run wide, and he's just managed to save it. There is Rambo. Travis gets past Rambalorian, but Rambalorian's going to fight back. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. Rambo might have some explaining to do after that one. As you see, Matty in P1 gets dive bombed. Scalesy, it's a very silly dive bomb from Scalesy there. As Kevin now capitalises on that, and he goes into P4. Sorry, Kevin and Watson, is it? Oh, Kevin was always in P3, sorry. It was Watson that capitalised on that from Scalesy there. Matty is got a good view of the battle between DJ Hero and Jack, and Sammy looks at the inside there. Yellow's in sector 1. I think that was first 2 there, but hopefully that doesn't mean a safety car out, which I don't think it does. Kevin's trying to get out with Hypes here as well. Matty's gaining on Scalesy once more as we see a 2 wide situation, possibly 3 going into Cops corner. Jack keeps the position but does run wide on the exit of Cops. Sammy is still behind though. As Matty does get past, but of course obviously got spun in the process, or lost it in the process. So for now it stays. As Max in P1, P2 is Hypes, but Hypes is desperately trying to catch up with Max, but I think it's going to be too late. Hypes is, I think, dealt with the fact that he's going to be P2 at this point. The Scalesy gets past Sammy and Jack. Fastest lap goes to Max Holzen, and then Hypes gets it as he goes past him. Max stays P1. Oh, and I think Jack may or may not have just took that from Sammy there by going off track. We'll have to call out the first sprint finish. Still one more to go, and then a feature race as well. So there we go. Max gets P1, P2 goes to Hypes, who gets driver of the day as well. And I think P3 went to Kevin. So great job from Kevin. Oh no, sorry, Watson got P3 after Kevin's 3-second penalty. So Watson gets P3, Kevin gets P4, P5 goes to Scalesy, P7 goes to Sammy, P8 goes to Kieran, P9 goes to Liam, P10 goes to Hot DJ Hero, P11 goes to the Matty, P12 goes to Hurst 2, P13 Travis Cool, P14 Rambalorian, and P15 is Glowbox, P16 OG Plays, P17 is Boltio4, P18 is Frosty HD, and P19 goes to F2ABEEZ QWERTY. Don't know what we're waiting for here. So far, Max gets 15 points for finishing P1. P2 goes to Hypes, that has 14 points from that. P3 is Watson, and then P4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and not 10 get some pretty good points as well. P4 Kevin gets 8, and then 6, 4, 4 again for Rambo. 8 is 2, and 1 goes to Kieran. Oh my lord, it's gonna be wet. It's raining here at Silverstone for Formula 2. Jesus Christ. Good luck, everyone. For people that don't know, Formula 2 cars have a lot less lateral grip, so they have a lot less grip when turning. So that therefore means when you come into corners you have to be a lot slower than in a Formula 1 car. And now, of course, we've got a full wet condition for this second sprint. Of course it is the UK, so 1 minute it can be dry, the next minute it can be absolutely soaking. Hopefully this might scare the boys a little bit and they might go a bit steadier, but who knows. Oh dear, and Travis has been disqualified. Watson has left the session. Try and give him another invite. As you see, Rambler in there sideways round the corner. That's 5 red lights, and oh, here we go. Oh, and dear, and Watson has left, which has meant Frosty has put it into the back of Rambler in there. Oh dear me. Oh Lord. Oh dear. How is that only a virtual safety car? That's what I want to know. Oh dear me. I think they may have missed their braking points a little bit there. Everyone comes into the pits now. I guess that's all for new front wings. Oh dear. There's what a DJ there hits the wall during the safety car. He's done a garage on. I don't quite know what happened there, but he's being let past, and that does cause a bit of problems behind. But then he goes straight into the pits anyway. See, Globelux and P4 are side by side for some reason. I do not know why they're. Just hop into game chat a minute. Tell everyone to overtake any disconnected cars. Anyone? Hello? Overtake all disconnected cars, of course, because it's part of the new rule. So you can overtake cars that have been disconnected with an X in front of them. Just remember to clip. Remember to clip the incident to tell the stewards that you've done so. Thank you. Okay, sorry there. Yeah, we made a decision in stewards that you can. Oh lord, see, this is the trouble. The trouble with cars that have gone into AI, you've just got to go past them. Like you've just got to, because otherwise they just cause an absolute carnage. That's the trouble. That's here. If they're so high up, that's going to be the trouble, unfortunately. Lamborghini keeps getting disconnected. I do not know why. But yeah, in terms of Balti here, he has been removed. So he can be overtaken by everyone else. Just annoying that he had to come into the game, really. Just a bit of a job. Safety car is in this lap. There we go. So we're gonna see Matty warming his tyres up. Well, trying to. The rain has slowly died down a little bit, but still there, and there's still definitely some standing water about as well. And we are away once more. Sorry, I've had to try and sort a load of stuff out behind the scenes. But Glowbox is very, very close up behind F2ABEEZ here. Hypes gets past OG-Plays. OG-Plays doesn't really want to bite that bite. He doesn't want to bite that one at all. There's QWERTY now. Travis Call drops the order a lot here. Don't know what's happened to Travis. He's got wing damage. He's got wing damage. So we move up to the top where there's a lot of goings on here. Kieran. Oh dear me. Kevin on the side. Pikes up from behind here. The Glowbox is getting pushed around these corners, and Kevin now jumps in front of Glowbox here. Kieran has dropped to place, and good dive bomb there from F2ABEEZ on Liam. Oh, QWERTY! As he gets on track, just about. Yellows though, what's happening with those yellows? Sporty, for some reason he is last. I guess it's the reserve, I don't know. Sorry, I guess that's the AI, I do not know. Coming into Cops now, and Kevin got the inside line on Pipes here. Driving seems to be a lot better from everyone now that they've got used to the wet conditions. Gets the feel of how wet it is, as we see Kevin and Kieran run a little bit wider. He's just on the outside. Kevin's trying to go for a move on Kieran here. Could almost be 3 wide there with Hypes coming in. Very tight indeed. Kieran's desperately trying to fight these two places, and it's 3 wide into this corner. Kieran backs out, and Kevin and Hypes are side by side. OG-Plays almost rear ends Kevin there. As you see someone else here, Glowbox trying to get into the mix as well. OG-Plays spins and hits the bit. I don't know what happened with OG-Plays there. Didn't think there was any contact, but here we go. Following this battle on now, Watson's back into the mix here as he forces Liam a little bit wide, and there's contact between Liam and Watson, I believe. It's all a bit chaotic at the minute. I should have probably changed camera, but never mind. We have to deal with the onboard. Hope's now up into P2. Liam retires. Where's Liam retired? Oh dear. He's lost a rear wheel there by the look of it. And that is another safety car. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's the safety car is back out once more. Travis Call gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings there. Right down in 18th. Really, I think, struggling to be honest. Oh dear, and Travis is off. And he hits the wall. That is Travis out of this session as well. These conditions are just really, really hard work for the drivers. The safety car is back out once again for another lap at least, and of course now Travis has put it into the wall. There could be a longer safety car now. Max is very up close and personal with a safety car. It doesn't want to leave any sort of room. Here, F2ABEEZ crits trying to use up some fuel, so that he is lighter to the end of this lap. Well, at the end of this race, should I say? Well, not there's much of the race to go. Safety car is still out. Mandalorian's Wi-Fi is having an amazing time. Glad I caught it on stream, so we can show him that later. He is all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. Jesus, Rambo's car really is everywhere. Don't know why. Normally his Wi-Fi is very, very good, but today it's all over the place. I think he has disconnected. Really not ideal from Rambo's point of view. His car is absolutely all over the place. I don't know if the safety car is in yet. I think it might be. Yes, it is. Oh dear, and I'm not sure if Glowbox has been hit by Rambo there or not. But it is away again, as we see. Hype's trying to catch up with Max here. Who is Bruno in Discord, if anyone needs to know. It is Bruno. And it's very close. And Hopes does catch Max a little bit there, but Hopes does therefore back off. And there's been a big off. In sector 1. I don't know what's happened there. Oh, is that Rambo? No, it's not. So it must be Jack and Scalesy, is it? Yes, it is. It is Jack and Scalesy. Sector 1 has yellows. I don't think it's a safety car again, is it? I think we are racing here. Yes, we are. We're still racing. Hopes gets past Max. Max is still side by side going into cops. No, Max decides to pull in. And get in behind Hopes here. Watson now looking at Max. Watson very much looking for Max, but almost loses it and manages just to catch it in time. Now under pressure from Kevin here as well. Kevin gets the move done. Kieran's now looking involved here as well. 1 lap to go. After this one, of course. Kevin runs wide, and Matty and QWERTY also run wide. Matty has cut across track. Gives some positions back though. We almost saw a move by Watson on Kevin there. Hypes is now very much in the lead. Hypes is a driver that very much likes clean air. Once he gets in it, he is away. There's more yellows in sector 1. Is it Frosty? Yes, it is. Frosty's really struggling. That could be the wall. Yes, it is the wall. Frosty now has ring damage. Watson's all over the back of Kevin in this final lap. This, of course, is for championship points as well. Oh, there's a big hit there. Between Watson and Kevin. Kevin looks at the inside. Manages to actually keep that car very, very good through there. He was on one wheel on the curb. Watson goes for a move now. As Kevin has to back out of it. The side-by-side going into cops once more. Oh dear, that was very close to a Max and Hamilton issue there. He just managed to get away with it. Kieran is all over the back of F1ABEEZ QWERTY. Coming into Maggots and Beckett's now. Nice line through there from Kieran. QWERTY does get away from him. Hypes comes around the final few corners now to take the lead and also the pole position for the race. But then of course that gets switched over and Hypes wins. Max gets second. Kevin gets fourth, fifth, sixth. Hypes gets third for some reason. I think that was a glitch. Okay. These are all penalties from them having to overtake Balti. That'd be exciting for me to sort out for standings, but never mind. Rambo's drifting around the final corner and he puts it across the line. It's wet for this feature race as well. So that means it could be carnage once more. Right, Rambo is in provisional pole because of his starting position, of course. Liam is still on the start. He is moving now though, there we go. is nearly the end of... Oh, we have some tickets already for Formula 2. Squirty has decided to get on during this formation lap. He will of course now be returned to his P11 grid slot. I don't know what has happened for me. I can still control, but everything is a bit odd. Don't know what's happened to the lobby. Do not know. We would have been racing by now. We think the lobby is broken. Apparently I need to leave, so I will leave. It is me. I will be hopefully back as soon as I can. We'll hopefully get back in. Okay, we've got an invitation. Well, join session as a spectator. I believe they have started lap 1. So we will be joining mid-race. Unfortunately, we did miss the start, but yes, we have missed the start. Matty has DNF'd. He has retired. Yep, and that Scalesy there just not braking at all. Currently OG plays in P1 still. Green, so we should be racing once more. Is very close to Glowbox, and Hypes is very close to Max as well. The two title protagonists, I think, the ones that could do very well in this little championship here. Hypes is looking for a move. The move's made by Hurst to there. Hypes was around the outside of both drivers there. Oh, and Hurst does get a lot of curb there. Max goes past him. Kevin into the pits, Glover's into the pits. Oh dear, and that's Travis into the gravel. Travis back again, he is. Still very far behind now, that's the trouble, 6 or 7 seconds now. Rambalorian missed the apex by quite a lot there, but still on track. Oh yes, that is very, very slippery. Oh yes, very slippery there from Rambo. Manages to catch it. Hypes is now all over the back of Sammy. Hypes tries going round the outside of Cops. That's what Max and Lewis should have done. Sammy yields there to Hypes, but is now all over him once more. Max is now on his, I want to say teammate here. Yes, it is. His teammate, Hot DJ Hero. As you see the high tech behind Max there. Qwerty's very, very close behind the high tech. Is he going to go around the outside of Hurst 2 here? He tried it and the cutback's on. It's definitely on. Oh, and they almost make contact once again. Qwerty is ahead. But was there contact between the two of them? Hurst 2 runs wide. Oh, and the switchback's on almost again for Qwerty there. This could be a problem. No, it's not. Qwerty backs out knowing that Hurst 2 is going to take that corner. Watson is all over the back of OG Plays. OG Plays may be struggling to grip now, as you can see here. Watson looks for the move. Not going to get it yet though. Of course there's no DRS because it's wet as well, so... Travis gets past Frosty, who is disconnected. Travis just going past him, disconnected yet. There's 3 disconnected cars here. Travis is just trying to get past. Travis is now up into P11. He gets past O's Hero and there's contact between the 2 of them there. Travis Poole gets a 3-second penalty. Multiple warnings now. Only one to get a penalty so far this race is Travis Poole. No comment. There will be some more, I'd imagine, as we follow on into this race. And Max is all over the back of Hot DJ here, but DJ doesn't want to let it go just yet. But he's ran wide, and Max gets a lovely, lovely line through there. And gets the place on DJ here. And now he's got to defend against Qwerty now as well as DJ. Rambo gets taken by Hypes. 2X esports drivers for you there. Trying to battle it out between each other. I believe Hypes is still about. Rambo is also still about, but has to did have to drop down for a little while. Due to exams and stuff like that. Watson is still looking at OG Plays. OG Plays still in P1. Oh, he's run very wide. It must be very, very wet out there for the drivers. And Hypes is joining in the fight for P1 and P2 now. Desperately trying to catch up, and Watson is really using the slipstream of OG Plays now as well. DJ Hero gets taken by Qwerty. Qwerty is past him now into P7. Now looking to catch up with Max in P6. There we go, there's some penalties coming through now. Max gets 1 and so does Hurst 2 as well. OG Play still defending very well from Watson here, but that's of course getting Hopes involved, and Hopes looks down the outside, now cuts back to the inside on Watson, but just a little bit too far back. Oh, and Watson did lose it almost there, I think. Watson looks to defend the inside into turn 1. Hopes is now looking around the outside. Ooh. Some great defending here from Watson actually. Very, very nice defending. Hopes doesn't know where to go. The cutback's on for Hopes now though. Will he get better traction out of turn 3? Yes he does by the look of it, but he's forced. Oh dear, and Hopes loses it in the rain. Watson keeps going. Very unlucky for Hopes, but he will be catching back up later on, I'd imagine, in this race. Of course, they've all got to make a mandatory pit stop, I believe, because even though it's wet, they've still got to make one, I think. Maybe that's different in the wet, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm having to learn on the job here a little bit in terms of F2. Just trying to get some confirmation. Okay, I've messaged my knowledgeable man in F2. Hopefully he will see it fairly soon. I'd imagine not many people are probably going to... and Hopes is now right at the back end of Max Holzen now. That spin really not affecting him too much, only losing about 2 or 3 places there. 3 or 4 places actually, should I say. And he's now looking inside of Max. They leave plenty of room for each other. And Max is still in it though. Now has the inside line into the village section, sorry. Need a drink, that's the trouble. Hopes having to leave the room there for Max, that's why he had to pull out and turn right a little bit there with his steering wheel. Sammy in P4. Max is still close behind now, as well as Hopes in the F2ABEEZ QWERTY as well. OG Plays has gapped P2 here. 1.3 seconds in it now between him and Watson. Rambo in P3. There's a big gap between Rambo and Sammy. Oh, and QWERTY's gone, is he? He's on the runoff there. Comes back on track. DJ may have looked for a move there. Doesn't. Now see Hopes try and maybe make a move on Sammy. Hopes tries to go around the outside of Sammy, but Sammy gets better traction in the drier racing line. As you see Hopes now trying to go around the outside again. And he's done it. Has he done it? Coming down the old hanger straight. Is he going to get there into Cops ahead? Yes he is. Sammy loses P4 to Hopes. Hopes now back on the resurgence now, trying to get back up to P3. Where he lost that place earlier on. See Rambo get a 3 second there. Oh, that's Siri. No Siri, I'm not asking where you were. Watson's still now gaining on OG Plays. Okay, so the knowledgeable man that is Mr. J Smithy says that you don't have to pit if it's wet in F2 in the feature race. So you can stay out on your set of mediums. Rambo's pitting though. Why is Rambo pitting? Hopefully he's not under the impression that he needs a new front wing. No, I think he's going for new... I think he went for a new set of tyres there with Rambo. Is he still on the wet tyre? I don't think there is an intermediate tyre for Formula 2, so I think he will be on the wets. Yes, he is. As we now see some big gaps forming now. Kieran is on the back of first 2 now, as Hopes gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. May I just say I'm very impressed with the lads that haven't got any penalties. Obviously these three down here are AI. So yeah, not so much them, but the likes of Sammy, F2ABEEZ, DJ Hero, Kieran and Rambo all are on 0 penalties currently. Don't want to jinx them, of course. I'm touching wood now to stop the... Oh dear me! You couldn't write that, could you? DJ Hero gets a 3-second penalty, as I've said it. Oh dear. Sorry. Anyway, back to the racing. Qwerty's all over the back of Max, but Qwerty's struggling for grip. Is that getting a little bit brighter overhead? May I dare say that there could be a stint on the softs, or maybe at least the mediums, later on in this race. That is a question we will wonder and have to find out later on. But is Jack an AI? No, Jack is not an AI. And we have Kieran Froome off. Yes, we do. He's back on track now though. Hurst 2 gets a 5-second speed in the pit lane. We now see Max trying to catch up with Sammy. Clearly Max does not like the wet weather too much. Not many of these drivers would have actually trained for the wet conditions. I definitely wouldn't have, sorry. If a wet race comes, you've just got to brake a lot earlier than normal, haven't you? That is the trouble. You've just got to learn to brake earlier in the wet. It's still the same track, it's just a lot wetter. Yeah, there's not much more really to say. Like, you know, you can practice your braking points in the wet, but it's going to be different each time, isn't it? So, as you see, Liam, Bolty and Frosty. So Frosty's staying out. So Liam and Bolty makes me think that they are not AI and they're just glitched into the AI mode, but I do not know. As we see, but he's still on the tail of Max here. Hopes is back up into B3, of course, after the incident with Sammy. Here comes Qwerty on Sammy. Didn't get him into turn 1, sorry, not P1, turn 1. Can you look at the switch back on Sammy now? Sammy does run wide, and Qwerty gets the move done. Now has to take the outside line into this corner though. Gets better traction from different by Sammy, does he? Is Sammy on those newer tyres as well? Is that going to help him? No, he's not. It's Ramblorian, sorry, I get those two mixed up sometimes. Ramblorian's on those new wets. So Qwerty and Sammy still battling out side by side into Village. It's not Village at the end there, that is I don't know what that is at the end there by the pit lane entry, but I know this is definitely Village because I've sat in that grandstand. Unfortunately not for a Grand Prix, it was for something else. It was for a tracks day. That was very enjoyable though. Got to watch some drift cars going around the Village section there. Perfect for drifting, of course, because it's they managed to hold a drift all around that corner, which was very impressive. I think people are pitting thinking they need to, but I don't think they need to. Well, Smithy says that they do not, so it is in the rules that you do not have to pit as a mandatory pit stop if it's in wet conditions. I don't think they realise that. It's the trouble when there's a need for a mandatory pit stop, but of course you have to have a mandatory pit stop in F1, but it's not as you know, well seen because you've got to basically have a softer compound and a harder compound in Formula 1, whereas F2 you've just got to make one because obviously the races are shorter. They just like to see the different tyre compounds used. Whereas Formula 1, obviously, long races, you're never going to get around on a set of mediums or a set of softs at full race pace. Maybe a set of hards, but you'd be pushing it. Anyway, back to the racing. There's some major gaps forming now, which is a trouble for me. Watson's sort of in with a chance on OG plays here. Hypes has got some clean air. And Watson and OG plays aren't too far away from Hypes actually. Hypes just have to get past Bolty and Frosty here. I think Frosty might be AI, but I don't think Bolty is. Oh, and Hypes gets another 3-second there, running and cutting the corner at Cops. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that AI is actually Frosty or not. But Liam now is the next target for Hypes. Goes through the ghost of goes through the ghost of Liam, should I say? Hope's coming round now. Lost a bit of time there, coming through Cops and down the hanger straight. As we see QWERTY quite a far way off of Hypes. Ramblorians moving in on Travis Cool now. Oh, and Rambo just manages to save it. Travis Cool comes into the pits now. Clearly Travis doesn't know about not needing to do a mandatory in F2, but the boys, they're all pitting by the look of it, so it doesn't really matter too much. Except for the ones in, of course, P1, P2. Let's have a little look, shall we? Where does it say? Stops. Okay, so most people have pitted, other than P1 to 6. I don't think you should have to pit. I mean, let me just Google it, shall we? Do you have to make a mandatory pit stop in the Jesus, can't type, in the wet in Formula 2? Oh, that's right. Pit. It is mandatory to make a pit stop. That's F1. The rules and regulations, FIA Formula 2. Positions, tyre allocations, DRS. No. 3 sets of wet tyres you get given, and 5 sets of dries, 3 sets of wets in normal F2. Trying to find. Okay, so yes, the rules are: the feature race includes a compulsory pit stop in which all 4 tyres must be changed, unless the driver has used wet weather tyres during the feature race. They must use at least 1 set of each specification of dry weather tyres during the feature race. So basically, if it's wet, you do not have to pit. That's what I'm getting from that. I'll send that to Smithy actually, because he did guess that it was a you do not have to, but he wasn't sure. So to confirm, I'll send that to him now. Ah, now some gaps. Rambo's caught up to Kieran Froome. Is Rambo going to get past Kieran? That is the question. They're both on no penalties. The only drivers that aren't on penalties. And Watson looks at a move on OG plays. Will he get it done? Are they both on the same penalties, Aaron? That is the question we all want to know. Yes, they are. So this is the fight for first place right now. And Watson gets that move done. Finally, he says. Gets the move. Oh dear, and he's all over the place and he's lost it. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, what? OGPlays does pit though. So Watson will stay in the lead. OGPlays, of course, stays in the pit lane here. Comes out. Will he come out in front of Sammy? I think he will, just about. No, he will not. He will not get out in front of Sammy, I don't think. And here his engine. OGPlays his engine. He will not get out in front of Sammy, and I don't think he's going to get out in front of Kieran either. There is a problem, though. In sector 3. Where is that? Oh, there we go. It was Rambo and Max. Don't know what happened there. Lobos gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Oh, I don't know what happened with Rambo there, but I don't know if he turned in too early or not there. But 2 laps to go, of course. And we move now up to Watson. But if he doesn't pit, he would have played the rules fairly and would win this race. Of course. OGPlays will not be very happy about that, but Glow box DNFs, but he's in the pit lane, I believe, so he is okay. So Jack will move up to P14, and Glowbox does the right thing and boxes and then retires, so he is okay. Sector 3 should be clear, and Watson now gets ahead of Hypes. Does Hypes pit? No, he doesn't. Watson's pitted. Yes, he has. Oh dear. Quirty gets a 3-second for speeding in the pit lane, a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane. Who has not boxed then? Kieran has not boxed. Sammy hasn't either. Sammy has now. Will Kieran now as well? Yes, he will. So the only person that hasn't boxed is Hypes. Is Hypes going to stay out here? OGPlays is very, very far behind, 25 seconds, so Hypes can box, and that will mean everyone has boxed officially. Hypes is the only one not to box, of course, so this has to be his in lap to try and box. As we now see Hypes does pit. Hypes is not going to get out in front of Watson, I don't think, is he? He might do, just about. Hypes is still coming out of the pit lane. No, Watson and OGPlays get out in front of him. Hypes is just there. This is going to be very, very interesting final lap now for the lead. What's penalties saying for these boys? Oh, Hypes is on 11 seconds worth of penalties. Watson's on 6 and OG Plays is on 3, so this is a big opportunity for OG Plays to get P1. Hope's not going to give it up though. He races on track and lets the penalties decide later on. Let's see what's in the MP Motorsport car. Of course, the MP Motorsport is now bright orange, and I do like the car, the look of the car actually very much. See him a bit squirrely there out of the last turn there, and Hypes is looking. He's not going to do it though. Downshift there in Cops. Hypes is still looking. I don't know if he's going to risk it here or not. He will get P3 of course, Will Hypes. So Watson's desperately trying to slipstream OG Plays, but OG Plays is going to stay in first for now. If anything can happen down into the last bit of stadium section here, that is going to be the question. Oh no, and OG Plays manages to get a better exit. And OG Plays crosses the line for P1, and Watson gets P2, Hopes gets P3, P4. Oh, Kieran's gone off on the last lap. Oh dear. P4 goes to F2ABEEZ, P5 will go to Max once he crosses the line. Now, P6 will go to Rambalorian. Rambalorian gets P6. P7 will go to Sammy. Very unlucky from Sammy. Travis goes P8, P9 is Hurst 2, P10 is Kevin Plumjum, don't know. And that is the race over. Jack is still yet to cross the line, is he? I do not know. It's all a bit mental, to be honest. I don't know quite what's going on with these cars behind. They've obviously disconnected. So that is the end of the race. Now we have seen the last few cars cross the line and sort the game out. As we see, OG Plays on the podium, gets P1, P2 of course I believe went to Watson, and then P3 went to Pipes. Yes it did, there we go. So that is the end. I will get some photos ready for the stewards inbox. One, oh, why didn't that work then? RB, no, nothing going to work. I've got to press A, I've got to press A, there we go. Okay, so I should have 4 photos, everyone. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right, there we go. That is the end of Formula 2 for another week. The stewards have got some more things to sort out, unfortunately. A little bit better than last week, of course, but we'll be looking to sort some more minor issues out before the next week in round 7, which I believe is Austria. So be sure to check us out next week in Austria. Thank you and goodbye. Of course, sorry, as well, I may also should mention, Friday is tier 1, tier 2 and 3 are on Saturday. Sunday is tier 4. Sorry, should I also mention Thursday is tier mixed? No, it's not. Thursday is tier hybrid. Monday is tier mixed as well. So be sure to check those streams out. Hopefully there will be streams for all of those races, but I cannot confirm that for definite. And of course the esports lads are also always in action during the week, so be sure to go and give them a watch as well and support them as best as we can. Cheers guys, it has been Azza. Goodbye.